Hey everybody, it's time for another Peace Talk. Today we're going to be in James chapter 1, verse 2 through 4. This is another of those verses that one of you have provided for me, and it's a really neat verse, a series of verses. If you know much about James, you know they're those classic verses that talk about patience and walking through difficulty and trial, and these are those. Let me read it. It says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds. For you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing." Essentially, these verses, James is telling us that as we go through difficult times, that it is through those difficult times, God continues to work in us and through us, shaping us into who He wants us to be. And that when He's all done with us, we'll be a little bit more like the image of the Lord Jesus Christ. It brings peace to me because as I read it, it reminds me that even as I go through difficult spaces, if finances are tough, if COVID life is tough, if the changes of things around me, if whatever the circumstance you're in is hard, it's all a part of what God is somehow taking and using to create in us the person He desires for us to be. In other words, I find great peace in the sovereignty of God, His being in charge even of the difficult spaces and using those to make me more like Him. I pray that this week, as you walk through difficult places, through trials of every kind, that you would find peace in knowing that God ultimately is in charge and that He is using those moments, those difficult spaces, to shape you into who He wants you to be. Peace.